my laptop. Okay, great.
Go ahead.
So once again, good afternoon. My name is Agata Stachowicz-Stanusch. I'm professor of management at Canadian University, Dubai. More than 15 years engaged in United Nations Prime and co-founder of the group of working group of anti-corruption inside United Nations Prime. So this is why you cannot be surprised of my topic that I would like to talk about the Prime, so United Nations Principles for Responsible Management Education. And one of the elements of that sustainable mindset, Isabella Rimanocci, Professor Isabella Rimanocci, a person who developed this term, sustainability mindset, actually is very active worldwide. In that, she inspired me also to focus on sustainability mindset using United Nations Prime as a framework or maybe a toolkit that enable us as academia world implement or develop sustainable mindset among our students. Okay, this is the introduction to my and justification. Yes, why? It also works. Wow, really impressive. Okay, is iPhone? No, it's wait a minute. Can you see my screen of my presentation? With my presentation, yes. I hope that now is the second slide.
Yes,
perfect.
It is.
Okay, so why we should, or maybe why we should think and talk and make a research and try to do the best. And as previously presenter mentioned, how we should behave, what we have to do in order to prepare our future leader to be able to cope with challenging, with leading, with integrity and with sustainable mindset in this challenging, crazy, a little bit interesting world and time. So first of all, I hope that you agree with me, you would agree with me that the last epoch we can call was epoch of the moral catastrophe, with unfortunately many cases of the unethical behaviors inside the world of business, but also in the work of academia. So we as the scientists, we as the world of academia, unfortunately, we were also a part of the problem because we are not free of unethical behaviors inside of our academia world. However, we were also, and we are also right now, a part of the solution because we realize ourselves, that why we were a part of problem, maybe from that perspective, because the society asked us, yes, come on, professors, what did you learn? Those people, those leaders who were engaged in many unethical behavior misconduct globally, we totally agree that for sure we were able to develop among them a basic knowledge about the management. They knew how to make a SWOT analysis, how to prepare the marketing plan, etc. But do we really educate a wise person who know not only what to do, how to do, but what are the consequences of their actions and how to do it in a responsible way? So we, as a world of academia, we have taken lessons from that period, and we rethinking our curricula and the way how we especially prepare future business leaders. And one of the tool or framework that can to be used for developing future business leaders as a wise person, a person with the full awareness about the 3P and about the mindset, or maybe not only mindset, sustainable mindset, but first of all, maybe person who can be responsible in different areas, ethical responsible, sustainable responsible, or even right now, artificial intelligence responsible. So to know how to use artificial intelligence in responsible way. And one of such kind of framework is Prime. What is Prime? Prime is a framework right now based on the 7 principles, but and developed by United Nations. I make it very quickly because I suppose that we know what is United Nations Prime. And this framework enable, when we implemented those principles, we are unable to develop a specific culture of based on the values like respect, ethics and sustainability. In that research, because those research is a part of the broader project dedicated to develop the best practices for implementation the prime. But here I mostly focus on the region from where I am right now, from Middle East, and especially from UAE. I analyze the best reports of the schools from the university from the Middle East, because annually we, as signatories of Prime, we need to publish our report in which we share the best examples, best practices, best behaviors in order to implement the principles of Prime. Those principles of Prime, which you are seeing right now, they are the old version of principles, because in 2024 we develop we make a slightly modification, and now we have 7 principles. However, I analyzed reports from the 2020. I maybe come back to the slide because I would like to show you that I analyzed report from the Middle East from the 20, 21, 22, and 23. And in that years, the school reported based on the old version of the principles, so the 6 principles. So this is why in that report, in that study, I focus on the old version, let's say, principles of responsible management education. Very briefly, sustainable mindset, of course, is a way of how we think, yes, and how we try to integrate both ethical awareness, but also social responsibility, and to do it for a long time with the full awareness of ecological and economic balance. Yes, based on the Professor Rimanocci, sustainable mindset can to be understood and can to be discussed based on the 4 pillars of this term: ecological, systematic, emotional intelligence, and of course spiritual awareness. So once again, the aim of this research, during which I try to identify the best practices to give the answer how or what to do when we would like to use Prime as a tool for implementing or for develop sustainable mindset. I analyze the reports which are public and officially published on the website of United Nations Prime. Why is standing here 50 criteria? So it was many years ago. It was my original research. At that time, I analyzed more than 150 reports from United Nations Prime, and I tried to identify criteria based on which we are able to implement those six principles, yes? Those criteria were also used in that study. What kind of university I analyzed in that study? Canadian University, Dubai, British University in Dubai, Abu Dhabi School of Management, Mohammed bin Rashid School of Governments, and the reports from different years from that schools. Very briefly, I'm sorry also for my voice because I'm on the sick leave. I am under very, very strong, inflammation. So this is why my voice is not the best, and I try to do it very briefly. The whole table results presented in the table version you can see in my paper. But generally, let's just see the first principles is about develop capabilities of our students to be future generation of sustainable value for business, etc., and society. And how we can implement these principles at university, for example, by students' club organizations, student participation in conference, case study in curricula, etc. And when you see here, for examples, yes, how the university are doing that. So first of all, of course, the university are trying to incorporate and to generate and develop a different kind of students' club and engage them in very practical way, and show them how by the simply activities like just plant a tree or plant trees, or just recycling. Yes, how we can by simple activities and as the individual, how we can support environmental protection. Additionally, we also try to, for example, incorporate and write case studies with our students and try to engage them in our research activities. But about that, I would like to say something more a little bit further. A second value, principles, how we can do it. For example, have at the university a unit or person responsible for management education. Usually, inside those university, we have the committee, or we have a group of people, usually as a committee, dedicated for principles for responsible management education. And additionally, we have also a policy dedicated to that area. I suppose that the third principle is about the methods, so methods that we are using during our in our educational process, and here is a plenty of possibility how we can incorporate it our inside our curricula the 3 values of PRIME, so sustainability, social responsibility, and ethics. So first of all, we can develop the concrete programs. Yes, we can also develop a concrete course, but not only. Mostly in every course we are able to incorporate topics, project, quiz, or discussion question on topics related to the responsible and sustainable world. And we, as you can see, many of those universities, or they develop a special program, or bachelor or master or a PhD program, or they develop a concrete course dedicated to that. But it doesn't need to be a course. It can also be a student tour. It can to be a class debate. It can to be a poster competition. At one of this university, for example, professor organized a poster competition, SDGs without words. So the student has to present different SDGs, but using only the colors and the pictures, yes, without words. It was also something interesting. Of course, then research and other principles. So how we incorporate, how we support our research activities related to that topic. And once again, all students has a concrete budget. University has a concrete budget dedicated to publications related to that topic. They organize conferences, they organize seminars, they organize debates regarding that topic. Or they collaborate, yes, in the research with, for example, Dubai policy. Then we have 2 and last principles regarding partnership and dialogue. So they are both connected with joint projects with business, with government dedicated to those topics. And all those schools which I have a chance to investigate, they were very, very commit and engage in the partnership with business, with government, with not government organization regarding that practices. So that was practice 6. And regarding the conclusion, I suppose that we could agree that there is a need, yes, to focus on sustainability education and to incorporate as sustainability awareness. As the first presenter mentioned, yes, the awareness about our nature, the beauty of the nature, but awareness is not enough. We must be aware, but we also, especially in the business world, we must prepare people, leaders who not only know that it is important, but they also should know what to do to put it in practice. Based on this research, we can say that, yes, principles for responsible management education can be an effective tool or framework which enables schools to develop a culture of sustainability and create a concrete, based on the best practices of many universities, we are able to develop a kind of roadmap for cultivating sustainability mindset with business world. And of course, I have to tell it because it's something that I was a few years ago very interested in using artificial intelligence in management and business education. So the artificial intelligence, yes, can to be both something what will help us in developing sustainable mindset, but also open another area of awareness and research that we should use it, artificial intelligence tool, but we should know how to use it with responsible way. So the ethics of artificial intelligence and the human rights and environment stewardship as values that should be implemented in the process of implementation new technology like artificial intelligence for developing sustainable mindset. Thank you so much. That was all from my side. And I will be very happy to answer any questions if you have them.